Hi, this is Dr. K. Cass Ingram on how to conduct an exit poll for verifying the electronic machines. Do you trust those electronic machines, those computerized machinery that supposedly count the votes secretly and you don't even have any access? No one gets to find out what happens. You can call the Board of Elections and they'll tell you you can't find out what the vote count is. Obviously, people don't trust them. Do you trust the machines? And so it's time for the Ron Paul supporters and other activists to go on November the 6th and count the vote themselves. Not necessarily to report the vote, but to verify the vote and to be available as an exit poller with the data. Therefore, a non-partisan exit poll. All of it sponsored by WriteInRevolution.com. So if you want to join the revolution of stopping the tyranny, the oppression, the internecine wars, the massive interventionalism that's bankrupting the United States and causing the country, as per Ron Paul, to beg for money from China, to stop the illicit theft of the people's assets through the Illegal Revenue Service and through the Federal Reserve. If you're fired up about what's happened with mortgage fraud and much more, then you need to join the Ron Paul Revolution, and you need to join this effort to do an exit poll, because we surely do not trust the machines. And that's the non-partisan exit poll. It's simple to do. You do like I did. You call the County Board of Elections or the facilitators of elections in your state. You ask for the top precincts, the biggest precincts that you can get to. You want 400 voters, at least 300 voters or more, and maybe a precinct where it's kind of a toss-up between, say, Romney and Obama, although the toss-up is really pre-predicted. You want to go there and poll from the beginning. You find out when the polls open. In my case, it's 6 a.m., closing at 7. I've got the data. You get the name of the responsible person and you write it on a little card. In my case, it's Daniel Madden, the attorney for the state, so that if anybody comes up to you, you have that information. You've got the time, you've got the name, you called the Board of Elections, you said you're an exit poller and you're going to poll, and you go with backup, if possible, and food and water, and take an exit poll from the time it opens to the time it closes. Very important. Try to be there and poll everybody. Miss, would it be okay if I got your presidential preference? Just fill out this form. It's a anonymous ballot. Just fill it out for your presidential preference and the others here. One page, which is really the ballot. Actually, you would Xerox the existing ballot if possible in perhaps a different colored paper than white, like yellow. In my case, I'm doing yellow for men and pink for women. And they fill it out and they drop it, ideally in one of those big tubs. So you get a big tub that's like white clear plastic, $3, $4, $5 with a blue lid. Snap it on, cut the hole out, and then they stuff the ballot anonymously into the tub. And I have, let's say my ballot right here, and I go out and I take the ballot and I Xerox, before I filled it in, my absentee ballot in yellow or pink. The voter is given that piece of paper, and then they fill it out and drop it in the box. And you can't trust this. This is actually the poll tape. This is all you'll get from the Board of Elections. You won't get the ballots. You won't be able to see what happened to your vote. So we do the exit poll. Yellow for men, pink for women. They fill it out. It's simple. Wouldn't take but a second. Would you kindly put your presidential preference? We're keeping the vote honest. And that's the ballot Xeroxed. And then you saw the sign. And this you put up. You can go to Write in Revolution and get this sign. And you can also get the sign that asks them, do you really trust the voting system? And at the same time, you go to Write-In Revolution. If you're a Ron Paul supporter or a Liberty supporter, you get the 4 pages, you download them, there's still time, you fill out the absentee if you have it, or you go in and vote, and then you back it up with the affidavit. You back that baby up with the affidavit, and the website you see here is writeinrevolution.com. You get this, you vote your write-in, you protest against the so-called lesser of two evils right there. Writeinrevolution.com. If you have an absentee, do it. If not, you go in, you vote, you take a photocopy with your cell phone of the ballot if you can, put your ID card or your license if you can right there. Go ahead and do it, no problem at all. And then you fill out the affidavit and mail it into writeinrevolution.com for whatever Liberty candidate of choice you have. So that's what it is. It's definitely writeinrevolution.com. We don't have honest voting, so you're going to find that if you do this, if enough of you do this, it's dishonest, it's corrupt, it's altered, it's manipulated, it's swung, it's predetermined. We do this, enough of us, and we will find discrepancies on November the 6th. So don't even think about voting anything but your conscience. Your vote will not count if it goes through a machine. That's the whole purpose of this. But we can start counting correctly by doing these exit polls and by also doing a vote backed with an affidavit for the candidate of your choice. We're saying, though, rally around Dr. Ron Paul because he's honest, he's never changed, and he is not a part of the regime that is stealing our rights. And I'm not going to vote for anybody that steals the rights of our people and our future generations. This is Dr. K signing off for WriteInRevolution.com.